It was 6 months ago when I received the news that no one wants to hear. You have cancer. I couldn't believe it. The first thing that went through my mind was, I'm going to die, which led to, how long have I got to live? Will I be there to watch my kids grow up? How will my family support themselves if I'm gone? These are all thoughts that went through my mind. Being diagnosed with cancer was a complete shock. I'd always thought I'd lived a fairly healthy life, and if cancer was to catch up with me, it would be much later in life. And part of me wanted to believe it was a misdiagnosis, but unfortunately not. I had a lump in my neck that was getting bigger. Initially, I was told it was a lymph node reacting to a viral infection, but after another 2 months, it was still there and it was bigger. After a biopsy, a few scans, and a scope down my throat, it was confirmed that I did indeed have cancer. The lump in my neck was secondary cancer, and the primary cancer was actually on the base of my tongue. I then went into the Google black hole just to try and find out what my survival rate might be. I read some pretty grim outcomes, with some sites quoting head and neck cancers having a survival rate of 36%. I was devastated, but somehow I had to try to keep it together until the doctors could tell me more. Later that week, I had a biopsy taken of my tongue, which was also tested for HPV. This is a virus which is said to have infected approximately 80 to 90% of the population. The biopsy came back positive for HPV. Doctors said that I'd probably caught the virus maybe 15 to 20 years ago, and in some people it does result in cancer. This was actually good news. The survival rate now jumps to about 85%, and I really felt like these were some odds that I could take on. Doctors are very reassuring, and they really thought that I could be cured from this cancer. So obviously I went through treatment. I was driving for over 1 hour a day to get to and from the hospital. I completed 33 radiations, which were done 5 days a week for almost 7 weeks. And I also did 3 cycles of chemotherapy, which were completed once every 3 weeks. At first I was coping quite well with the treatment, but after a week it was slowly getting harder and harder. It was during the last 2 weeks things became extremely rough, and the worst was actually the 2 weeks after I'd finished treatment. I was vomiting all the time. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink. I was just throwing up everything. I even had a feeding tube which I was using to get my nourishment, but even then I was still bringing things up. It was easily the hardest thing that I've gone through in my life, but I got through it, and after about 2 months following my treatment, I was back at work. I was feeling pretty good about my recovery. I was still a long way from being 100%, but I was quite happy that I was back living somewhat of a normal life again. As I mentioned in the previous video, I was waiting for the 3-month post-treatment PET scan. This would ultimately tell me if I had beat the cancer or not. Well, a few weeks ago I got the results, and I really thought it was going to be easy to share my results here on the channel, but I just couldn't find a way, I guess, to share it, and I've been putting this video off for so long. But look, I've got some really good news. The results came back that the cancer is gone. There was no evidence of cancer in the scans. I did have a lump in my neck that was deemed to be a cyst, and that is something that will be monitored. But the ENT has assured me that at the moment I'm cancer-free. So I'm officially in remission, and I'm extremely happy about it. While obviously I'm happy about those results, I still feel it's kind of strange. Like, I feel like it's premature to celebrate because, you know, I'm going to have scans in the future. This is going to be going on for probably the next 5 years, I'm told. I still have side effects that affect me every day, and this does make me feel like I'm still broken. And it's not just the physical changes, it's also the mental side of things. You know, there are times I lay awake at night and I just think about having had cancer, and, you know, those thoughts just linger in my mind all the time. So I guess I found it really hard to move on from, you know, these thoughts, even though that I have been told I'm in remission. I just feel like I'm different inside, and I don't know if that's ever going to change. For now, I do still feel different. You know, these thoughts are still with me, and it's tough. Yeah, but, you know, I'll try to stay positive. It's time for me to try to get back to living a normal life. And, you know, Alicia and I still have dreams and goals, and, you know, obviously we want to see our kids grow up and obviously take care of them as best we can. Someone once said, you have to fight through some bad days to earn the best days of your life. And I definitely feel like I have had some bad days, the worst of my life, no doubt. And I'm just trying to stay positive, and I really do feel like my best days are ahead of me. I can't wait to see my kids grow up and see what they can achieve in their lives. And, I'm just so grateful to still be alive, obviously. I do thank you for all your support during my cancer journey. It's been the hardest time of my life. I promise to keep you updated if there's any changes to my condition, but I do obviously hope that I don't have to share anything related to my cancer in the near future. But I do hope you stick around. Our plan for this channel is to get back to sharing travel content. We are going to Turkey in about 2 weeks, so we will start sharing some videos of that trip very soon. So you'll be seeing a lot more of Alicia and I on this channel, and we hope you stick around for those videos. So thanks again for your support. I hope to see you on the next one. All right, bye.